Yeah, so we, again, maybe referring back to our first question. So if we define, we know what, economics is trying to pursue, as I said, faced with scarcity of resources, and it's trying to come up with a certain allocation that fits, a production of goods and services to benefit, the primary needs of the citizen. I think you could see that, again, that the way you elaborate on it or the way you actually deploy it is very important, as it determines the physical and the emotional well-being of the citizen. Again, it's important for the way you have that stability in your society, you have that balance in your environment, and you can also ensure, at least, to what extent you are making assurances for the people that are deprived and that maybe live on the fringes of society. But to the second part of your question, the commons actually feature hardly in any of the context. So if we define, again, commons, I would define commons as your access to clean water, clean soil, and clean air, in essence. So there is also, by extension, you could also talk about the justice system within that as a public good, and also health as could also by extension be considered those of the commons. But I would come back on these three elements: clean air, clean soil, and clean air. So that is, it has not featured a lot in theory. It has not featured in even in our policy making. And you could wonder why. Why would that be? Why would it that we make so much abstraction of these commons? It is because commons don't have a voice. They don't have a representation. We actually use our commons for short-term profit. So we extrapolate these primary resources, without any consideration, again, for the access on this clean air and clean soil and clean water. Just think of fracking, where all the implications are for, our commons, just as a quick example. It's also the short-term, over the intergenerational kind of considerations. So in our sheer blind pursuit of profit, we actually make full abstraction of, the value of commons. It's also indicative that only the first Nobel had been awarded to Elinor Ostrom in 2008, right? So, and that was a person who actually did a lot of research on the commons. And prior to that, even 15 or more Nobel mandates had been awarded to members of the Chicago School of Economics, and there is hardly any mention of commons in their work.
Yeah.